Welcome and thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your day to review the Smart Ops platform in Restaurant 365. Today we're going to do a quick review over the ins and outs of the tool. As you can see here, general navigation on this left-hand ribbon, we do have the same flexibility and functionality as we do over here with these big old fat Fisher Price buttons. These buttons will send alerts out if there is something to do within that section, so that way the operator, as he or she logs in, will have that insight into where they need to jump into. Starting off with a day in the life, as a GM, as an operator, pulling the cell phone out of their pocket, pulling that tablet off the wall, they have quick insight into that daily sales summary. This daily sales summary is the exact same data points that the above store team will be reviewing. This is just in a much more simplified view. Things that operators care about: sales versus forecast, labor versus spend, dollars versus dollars. So that way they can have that insight. Quickly be able to manage those labor numbers, those deposit slips, and those additional transactions like AR, comps and discounts, etc. This attachment, if we are on that cell phone or tablet, will actually fly out our camera phone so we can attach that deposit slip, that grocery receipt for that paid out, that vent hood issue, or that restroom that wasn't cleaned. This is a great resource into attaching documentation on this daily sales summary. Additionally, we have the manager log linked here, so that way we can have some additional communication where we can flag comments, we can let team members know above store or across the organization, and we can attach those images or those flags, so that way as those team members log in or as they receive those emails, they will be able to have that insight from that day. And it will also live on this daily sales summary moving forward. Once we've reviewed, there will be a completion step, so that way the GMs can flag and toggle on to the above store team. Hey, we have reviewed this at the store level. We're a-okay with you guys proceeding and reviewing the debits and credits side of things above store. In addition, we have the ability to have an additional manager log communication to where we can communicate outside of that daily sales summary, but we just want to have this on the day. So that way we can flag and communicate with one another, whether it's across entities, whether it's across the organization. And then that labor lineup. If we're creating that schedule in 365, I'll have access to that daily labor lineup at my fingertips, so that way I can understand exactly if you have enough coverage or if I need to drill in and have some more communication and bring some team members on. In addition, these additional buttons will allow us to get a little bit more granular. So with my schedule, I'm going to have that insight and being able to quickly adjust, quickly tweak, quickly adapt if we need to. Building that schedule up against that sales forecast, taking that sales forecast down daily, but then publishing that out to our hourly team members on that scheduling application to where that way they will have that insight into, hey, we need to be able to have enough team members to get in here and cover that shift. So I'll pull my tablet up. This is what my hourly team members or my managers will be able to see. If I'd like to go to my employee view and see my schedule, they will have that quick insight into exactly what they're supposed to be working. They can communicate with one another, swap, drop, pick up, manage their own availabilities. Further, while we're in this application as well, if I'd like to go in there and see my inventory counts, this is where I can start an inventory count. All of our templates will be done on a mobile app, will be done sheet to shelf. This can be accomplished on a mobile application. This can be done on that laptop. You can have multiple users in here counting at one time. So we really want to streamline and automate this for those team members when it's time for them to get in and count that inventory. As you can see here, very user-friendly, very easy, and best of all, it actually links within our Smart Ops tool as well. So that way we can not only be alerted when it's time to count inventory, but once I count that inventory, it will true up and it will then allow me to have those real-time inventory numbers in system. Once the inventory is counted, we can then start with our purchasing. We have multiple ways of purchasing in Restaurant 365. We can create templates. These templates can then be utilized across the board for multiple stores. These templates will also have some great variables that we can order against, things like actual inventory counts, theoretical inventory counts, last order or average of last four, utilizing some suggestions as well across the board that can bring in forecasted sales and $1,000 per usage. Once the order has been placed, it's then going to automatically feed into the invoicing. And I can use these invoices, my big broadliners, they're showing up automatically, pre-coded on my behalf, to where I will have the insight at the store level what showed up, typically before the product arrives on the back doorstep. So this invoice, I have my cell phone, I have my tablet out, or I pull this up on my laptop, I can quickly review my invoice. I can have my flags on discrepancies, and then I can have my cost of goods implication. I can link these to those purchase orders, and we can highlight those discrepancies from those purchase orders, whether it's quantity or cost. For those smaller vendors, this is also a great tool within the application. We can upload documents into what we call our docs to process queue. If I was on my tablet or cell phone, that would fly out my camera phone. I'm on my laptop. It will allow me to upload documentation from a file, but this is now a repository for all of my images for AP that Restaurant 365 can now code these on your behalf, convert them into those invoices, line item level or summary level, or we'll teach your team how to utilize this to create invoices. Great for things like gas receipts, great for things like that, for that soap run we had to run to the grocery store. Get these invoices in, so whether your team or my team can have these coded, we will have these coded on your behalf. All locations or one locations dependent on user permissions. So with that being said, I know it was a quick high level of Restaurant 365 Smart Operations, but if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and we'd love to jump in deeper and have a deeper conversation. And I'd like to thank you guys so much for the conversation today, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day.